It's a really cool morning out here in Los Angeles. I'm walking down I-roll in Normandy. I'm trying to get to a little town today called Atwater. Or street, village, I don't know. But I'm trying to get to Atwater. Plan is we're gonna take the Wilshire train down to Union Station, which I've never been to before. And then we're gonna take some other line, the Metrolink, I think, up to Glendale Station. And from there, we're gonna just have to walk. There are a few cute shops I want to stop by at Atwater, but for the most part, there's just a few errands I'm looking to cancel out.
I've been trying to get out of my usual areas in Los Angeles and see more parts of the city. The way I do this is I pull up Google Maps and I look up commercially zoned areas. These are usually areas that have walkable neighborhoods and lots of shops. I mostly look for coffee shops in which I can sit down and do some work or writing.
One thing you'll notice a lot in Los Angeles is just like very, very hostile defensive measures on buildings, like barbed wires on fences, very unpleasant looking iron bars surrounding pretty buildings for the most part. Oh, here's a good example. These curved hooks or these curved tops up here. This is another prime example. What could be a very inviting and pretty courtyard is essentially blocked off by these giant gates. Like most crime, even in Los Angeles nowadays, is like honestly petty crime or just like crime in I don't know, automobile related crime, like people getting their mufflers or catalytic converters stolen. But like people aren't really breaking into homes. That's like such a risky thing to do. It's almost not worth for any petty criminal. But people are driven by outlier stories. You hear one story about your neighbor getting robbed and you all of a sudden assume that everyone in the neighborhood is getting robbed. So you start adopting fairly hostile defensive measures, I suppose, for lack of a better term. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's silly. And we're back, going down into the abyss.
I arrived at Wilshire Normandy Station, same spot as last time in the previous episode. This is where I got to look at a map of the Metro line and realized that the Metrolink was actually not part of the rest of the LA train line. At the time, I didn't actually know what that meant, and had no Wi-Fi at the station to find out, so I figured I would just find out once I arrived to Union Station. Really briefly, I want to talk about a weird design in the Metro line. There are these yellow barricades inside a lot of LA train stops, but I don't really know what they're supposed to do. They don't seem very protective as they only cover a super small segment of the station. You can push against them really easily, and if you did hit them, you would just fall right through. If you know what these are, feel free to let me know in the comments. Thanks. I arrived to Union Station. There's a lot of artwork in this station, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some of it. The first one is this piece by Terry Schoonhoven. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. His piece uses a lot of elements that focus on time and about travel throughout Los Angeles' history. As you pan from left to right, various temporal elements blend together. A modern man stands next to a woman dressed more classically. There are various time elements that show the passage of time. The artists try to show scenes in LA before the introduction of freeways, which I think is kind of a jab considering it's a train station. Moving into the corridor of the Union Station, you're greeted by this beautiful flooring and this giant mural closer to the ceiling. It very much emphasizes the diversity of Los Angeles. At the top, there's this gorgeous dome that covers the whole room. In the next couple of scenes, I'm going to go quiet and just show some of the scenes of the Great Hall of Union Station. There was a man playing the piano very well, and I want to let it ring out.
So change of plans. We are not gonna go to Atwater now. Take the Gold Line up to Highland Park or Pasadena. I haven't decided yet which one I want to stop at, but yeah. The wait for the train to Glendale was like an hour and a half, and I have better things to do. So enjoy some Union Station pictures. You can see the Capitol building over there. Oh, don't focus on me.
This was my first time taking the Gold Line, and I was actually very surprised at how clean and enjoyable the ride was compared to a lot of other LA metros. I was hoping to get some really beautiful views because I know the mountain ranges up north are a bit prettier, but honestly, going through the line, you get a sense of just the sprawl of Los Angeles. Most of the ride is just empty plots of land or massive swaths of concrete up until you get closer to Highland Park, in which case it starts to get more dense and more urban.
So I've arrived at Highland Park. This is actually my first time getting here by train. Usually I drive over here. But the station itself is super nice. I actually really like it. It reminds me a lot of Mountain View Station if you're ever in the Bay Area. It very much has like a small Market Street kind of vibe. This is like the exact kind of train stop that I expect to be on like a single street that all the shops are zoned to, which is like pretty prototypical of LA. Soft human vintage.
I spent most of my time in Highland Park walking between thrift stores. There are some cool thrift shops here that sell everything between 20th century clothes to modern luxury clothes. The street itself is also very cute, but I unfortunately did not get a chance to take more pictures. Just like last time, I'm going to end this video at the coffee shop that I settled into to do some reading. Thanks for watching, friends and family, and remember to like and subscribe for more of this content. See you next time.